And welcome back to that early morning Sunday show. Is that what I call it? Yeah, that's what I call it. You never know anymore. Hey, glad that you came back. Or first time. Well, if you're the first time, try to stick around. Really, it does get better than the beginning. Okay? Cheers. So, I get up at 3 a.m. now. I'm getting 5 hours. I go to bed 10 every night. And now suddenly the body's knocking me out of bed at 3 a.m. These 5 hours is not good. I don't nap worth crap. I can nap maybe 15 minutes. Good power nap, but that's about it. Hey. Don't know. Maybe it's more stress from the job. I'm not sure. It was a fairly stressful week. It's calming down. It's calming, but it's amazing how much crap you deal with the pool business. But yeah, we had rain finally, so that's good. We needed that. I've been in a drought. So, yeah, it's still bad. It is so bad around here, but happy to be here on a Sunday morning, alive and kicking. I said, it's still getting used to having my grandkids upstairs. At night I usually like my quiet time in my music room, playing music, and all of a sudden in comes my grandson and Baba, you want to play this? He takes out like a Disney thing. Oh God! And so I put it on, and then of course he goes do something else. Baba, come play, or Baba, come read. And yeah, quiet time isn't what it used to be anymore. And yeah, cheers. But they are my grandkids, so love them to death, both of them. My littlest, my granddaughter, she's not 2 yet. It comes 2 in September. But words are starting to really come now. She is starting to knock out words, and communicate better. It's kind of funny. But let's get into our music for the week. And we're going to begin with, I showed this last week. It was from Richard, the vinylizing progger. And he sent me this album. And he'd sent me another one from this guy, from this artist, Frode Andresen, but also with Atlas, I guess you would say that, Atlas, which is a string quartet. Isn't that a beautiful cover? Beautiful artwork. Northern Lights. Frode, and I'm just guessing that I'm saying it right. Probably not. Andresen, I got that one. I know that. Is from Norway. Norwegian, a composer, a musician, and a producer. Black vinyl. Nice insert, Northern Lights, which I got everything booked now for Iceland in September. I think we're going to be too early for the Northern Lights in Iceland probably, which would be too bad, but it's all set, folks. I got, my hotel, my car, my airline tickets. Yes, sirree. All I got to do is buy a bunch of rain gear now so I can stay dry, because it can be wet in September. But hey, that's the way it is. But we're talking about this album here. And so the Northern Lights got me distracted. All right, on here, Frode Andresen, he's done 5 instrumental albums. Basically, they're prog rock oriented. Yeah, I know, I said that. It's prog rock, okay? Prog rock oriented with elements of jazz fusion. Now, my friend Richard, out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, huge vinylizing progger. If that doesn't tell you what he likes, but he watches my channel anyway, and so Richard, I appreciate that. Richard has put out videos. He hasn't done one in a long time, but I always enjoyed it. I never missed one of his videos. Even if he talked about prog, it didn't matter. I watch Art the Vinyl Picker. He talks about prog. It don't matter. I like the people. So, you know what? That's what it's about. So, again, we're way off track on this. But, yeah, if just check out Finalizing Progress. Give him a sub. Again, he's really not putting out much right now, but he may. Some people sub him up. So, okay. Back to this album. This took 4 years to complete. 4 years. Now, Richard had given me another one from Frode Andresen. It came out beginning of this year or the end of last year, something like that. But this one took him, I guess it's been sitting on the back burner for a while. But on here, there are various keyboards, instruments that are used, and they have this really close interplay with a string quartet. And this album, it's a conceptual piece. It's a kind of conceptual suites with for keyboards and string. And the string quartet is Atlas. And again, 4 years to complete. Oh my God, it's so early. My mouth isn't moving right. I eat cats. On here, there are 8 movements to the suite, with crossovers of classical music, jazz, rock, funk, and of course, kind of prog. It is an extremely beautiful album. I really enjoyed the string quartet in there because, I am a big fan of classical music, and I liked how that came in and sounded. Again, you do have kind of that prog feel happening with it. It just works nicely. It really works nice. And Andresen really stretched himself on this, and having that string quartet, I think, really gave it some extra. So Aurora Polaris. I didn't even say the name of it. We're going to have a rough one, I think, today, folks. I think it's going to be a really rough video. So far, it's not starting off very good, but Aurora Polaris. Thank you very much, Richard, for this VCLT. Very enjoyable album. Record Store Day album. They just keep it coming. And this was probably one of my number one wants. Ngozi Family, featuring Chris Sebitembo on drums, but he always played with them. This was a very interesting album. It does come in black vinyl, and it has the same book that you get in every single one of these Ngozi albums or anything else, I believe, from Now Again. They just have this book that Now Again puts out. I would show it to you. If you're brand new, I apologize. I did not show the whole thing because everyone that's watched my channel have seen it a billion times because I buy a lot of Zamrock. This, the name of the album is Gate Crash 78. And that's because it came out in 78. And it is Record Store Day, as you can see. On here, this was interesting. They found this unreleased Zambian test pressing. And it was playable. It was an album from Zambia that was playable. Oh my God. Yes. And they they had this. And, really, they listened to it. It was a blend of psych rock with garage rock and African rhythms, basically Zamrock. That's what you get. And of course, Ngozi, Paul Ngozi is just, was one of the kings of Zamrock, and he put out just some great stuff. Wasn't the best guitar player, but he's getting better. On here, his guitar playing is much better than his very first albums. This is just an album that got lost in time. And it's been found and came out and it was quite good. It's really filled with a lot of raw, high energy instrumentation. The singing, it's okay. I mean, I'm not going to say that, you know, he's the greatest singer in the world, but it was good. I enjoyed it, and it was, yeah. I it's this was really nice. He sings in kind of a broken English and Zambinese. I don't know what like, you know, Zambia, like a lot of African countries, they have a lot of different languages because of the different tribes. So we just call it Zambinese, okay? Let's just do that. But nice album. Really happy to get this thing. Because I'm pretty much getting close to all the Paul Ngozi albums that I can get. They're doing a lot of reissues. If a reissue comes out, I grab it. I'm just not going after the originals like I had been. But good stuff from Record Store Day, Gate Crash from the Ngozi family.
Don't get crushed.
The next one, yeah, I think I found this in a record store. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. It's a 12-inch single. Paris Hilton, if you're watching, look, it's an Air 12-inch single. Or Paris Hilton, Harris Pilton. Sorry, get them all mixed up. The Cramps, Crusher. Look at that. And we have a little nudity. It's a drawing, but still it counts. So it keeps the soft porn thing going here. From IRS, 12-inch, 45 RPM. We have the Crusher on one side, and on the other side is Save It and New Kind of Kick. So I saw this on a wall, and it's not the cheapest thing in the world. It's from the UK. But I thought I needed it. It has Congo Powers on guitar, Lux Interior, Poison Ivy. Nick Knox was still in the group on the drums. And Crusher is great. What a great song. A lot of fun. It's just the Cramps having a really good time and, you know, knocking it out. This was on the Psychedelic. This came out in 1980. I believe it was on the Psychedelic album. Now I can't think of which one it was called. Which is, oh, here we go. I bet you it's on here maybe somewhere. The Legion of the Cramps. Yes, from the Psychedelic Jungle. There it is, from the Psychedelic Jungle. So just a nice 12-inch. It's Cramps, so I'm going to buy it. Okay, it's just one of those things. Dave, local bandography, will send me things. I got a 7-inch. I haven't jumped as much on the 7 inches, but you know, I'm still alive, who knows. So, nice find. One was totally different. So it's a grower, but it's really growing in a nice way right now. It is the group Covet. Covet, and the name of the album is Catharsis. And basically, Covet's out of California, started in 2010s, okay? Math rock is what you get off this. And it's an instrumental. Covet's put out 3 albums, and basically Covet is a gal named Yvette Young, And Yvette Young started it basically as just a solo project. But then she wanted to expand it and went into collaborations. And her influence is math rock and post-punk. Now, Catharsis is an instrumental that focuses really on interpreting additional textures. And she really does some different things with her guitar. It was a little different of an album to make because her longtime drummer and bassist wound up leaving. So she had to bring in other people for this. But that also brings in new ideas and new feel to the music, and that's what you get. Yvette Young is a guitar virtuoso. You listen to that, it's just crazy. I'm going to give you a video clip of it and maybe even a sample if there's enough room, if I don't go over. But there is just so many different things happening with the time signatures. I mean, she switches time signatures so fast. It's boom, 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 boom. Doing all kinds of different things. Now, should probably show you. Here's the inner sleeve. One song does have vocals on here. Not for a long time, but there is some vocals because it's always instrumental. So that was something different. Look at that. Isn't that cool vinyl? That is really, really neat. I thought that was pretty damn sharp. There is a song on here called Bronco. And the melody, it's just playing along, really going well. And then suddenly, it almost like stops. And there's just this noise. It lasts for a couple seconds. And then bam, it just falls right back into the pocket again. Amazing stuff. It grabs your attention. The album's only 28 minutes long. That's it. It's not a long album. But what you hear is just absolutely fascinating. I really enjoyed this thing. You know, when I was first listening to it, I go, okay, that's all right. And the more you listen to it, you start, kind of figuring out. I guess it's like math. Sometimes math just takes a bit. But if you keep working at the math, you can do it. How about that, kids? Remember that. It's like when I was, Kmart, I got asked to do store coaches school, so all the new Kmart managers would come down to Chicago, and I was still living in Michigan, but I would go down to Chicago for a few weeks at a time, teach. So they give me, hey, you're going to do math, retail math. Geez, did you guys ever see my math grades? I mean, they were okay, but when you got into trig or anything, but it was algebra, and I struggled with that. But suddenly algebra was making sense to me, and I began teaching algebra to new store managers on how to figure things out. You got to solve this for X. So then when I'm in Puerto Rico, and I have all the offshore, they go, we're going to start a coach's school here. Of course, some of these people don't speak a lot of English. Steve, you're going to be teaching math. Really? Again? And now I'm trying to teach it to people whose English isn't always the best. They all survive, so. Math. Yeah. Math rock. Good album, though, okay? I should say, that's a good album. Yeah, COVID. us to our next. I just brought, I didn't have this album back in my collection. This is one of the very first albums I got from Columbia Record Club, you know, with the penny. Elton John's Greatest Hits. Really, it's all I need from Elton John. I do have some other Elton John albums, but this is the one I'm going to play. But I didn't have this sucker. And I guess, and so Jim Gleason, you know, from Radio Wasteland, check out our podcast, Two Guys Talking About Records. Two Guys Talking About Records. You can find it on the Believe Network, BLEAV, Spotify, iHeart, Facebook, Apple, and YouTube at Radio Wasteland Records. Okay? Should be a really good one. Here's the inner sleeve. I just remember when I got this album. Again, this is my first batch of albums, you know, 13 for a penny. And I just looked at all these pictures. I go, God, isn't this cool? This is, yeah, exciting. But my early introduction to Elton John was Benny and the Jets. I remember hearing that come on the radio. It's like, it was like a late night song, Benny and the Jets, and so that'd be coming on late at night. I'm going, God, that song is so cool. It really introduced me to him. Of course, Crocodile Rock was huge. I mean, but this has all the good stuff. Your Song, Daniel, Honky Cat, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Yeah, get a little action in. Rocket Man. Don't let the... I mean, this is all killer, no filler. Some of his albums have filler with some killer. But there is no filler, just a killer. And so, I don't get that album. And so now I have this. I got to decide if I need my other Elton John albums. I know he did Greatest Hits Part 2 would be fine because I didn't mind some of the stuff that came after that. But none of it, to me, was as good as what's on this album. And look how cool he looks in a white suit and that white hat. Damn, he's kind of rocking it, isn't he? I think so.
Benny and the Jets.
I recently did a video, you know, this last week on what got my passion of music and how soundtracks was a big part of it. And people have asked to do some more with this because they enjoyed that. And I might do one with radio. I was late coming to radio because we only had one radio in the house, and my mom used that one. So I was like, leave the radio alone. All right, final album, Fuzz Club. This is just music from Daystar. That's how Daystar is how it's pronounced. Honest to goodness, from Fuzz Club, and this is just kind of shoegazy, a little post-rocky going on. Just some really different and cool music. It's a 4-piece band, which is why they have 5 people in the picture. Confuses the hell out of me, but maybe one's a friend, maybe they brought in a special guest, I don't know. They're happy, that's all that matters. We're in clear vinyl, which is kind of clear vinyl. Oh, how exciting is that? Yeah, it's just some of the stuff from Daystar. I like, oh, here we go. All right. Get that in. I hope I'm holding, yeah, I am holding it up right. Okay. All right. So someone can listen to Daystar for free. You know, the group's been around. They've put out a couple albums. You know, they're off of Fuzz Club, so I have their albums, and I like them. It's good music. It's not the type that I go, oh man, you know, I want to be a completist or something. No, they don't have many albums. I guess I am right now. But I do enjoy the sound and what they're doing. It's that kind of shoegazy, a little bit of a dream pop popped in there, but it's harder edge. It's harder edge. Makes it kind of exciting. So I was excited to get this. Daystar. I had to kind of, yeah, I said kind of excited to get it. I can't say. Let's rephrase that. I got it and I go, okay, it's all right. Well, it's something maybe different, but repeated listenings, I'm enjoying this a lot. Not going to be one of my records of the top 10 of the year, but I like it. Okay. All right. I really went into a talk about that one, but here's the sample of it. So there you go. Holy crap, did I breeze through this one, didn't I? I was just trying to get the research in on these albums. A little bit harder. Interruptions, more than I've ever had in my life. And, with work and just damn tired. It's just hard to do anything. It's like, I'm just freaking tired, man. But we'll probably have a midweek again or whatever. Who cares, right? Oh gosh, that's great, Steve. I just try to get them out when I can. Supposedly there's a new record store that opened up in Denver that I need to find where it's at or whatever. I believe it should be open by now. Maybe my wife had said something to me about it. I gotta locate it. I'm not sure where. But I will be there if I can find it, and we'll see what that looks like. And I really thought about doing a video on Denver record stores, kind of rating them in a variety of different ways, because I've been to every one of them, most of them, a few different times. So we'll see. Thank you for tuning in with me, hanging out with me, whatever jazz, la 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 la. I do appreciate it, though. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. And if you are new, I know there's a cat there. And go, do you have a cat? The cat's been dead for 3 years. I'm just too lazy to redo my thing. I got some stuff I want to do, but yeah, you just got to do it. You can't be a lazy ass. Which I guess I am. Thanks, everyone. Have yourself a really good week. Bye.